Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Surah 35, verse 44 out of 45. By the grace of Allah, we are coming to the end of this fabulous, very inspiring, deeply spiritual chapter, but with so many signs of the universe, so many signs of astronomy and cosmology and so on, right? Absolutely magnificent. Do they not travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before them, though they were superior to them in strength? Nor is God, nor is Allah to be frustrated by anything whatsoever in the heavens or on earth, for He is all-knowing, all-powerful. Now, when you read through this, and if you don't get an opportunity to go traveling and look at various archaeological ruins, then the advantage we've got in today's world, we've got various documentaries by National Geographic and so on. And I would highly encourage you to look at the documentary that is about Jordan. It's a place called Petra, Petra. It is an absolutely amazing thing. And when I see the documentary on Petra, it applies 100% to this verse. The land of Petra is in Jordan. And what's amazing, there was a nation of about 30,000 people, a huge city. But it is hidden in the mountains and cliffs in Jordan. You can't find it. And it was buried and it has remained undiscovered for thousands and thousands of years, until one day in the 1800s, an explorer from Sweden or Switzerland, he heard news about a fabulous city of gold where there was a lot of treasures, and he said, you won't believe the city that exists in a desert. And he made sure that he found it. So he dressed up like an Arab, he grew a long beard, he learned the Arabic language, and it was the Bedouin tribes who kept it a secret. They did not tell anybody about this place until eventually he got to know the locals, and eventually he found the place. And when you enter the place, it is like two huge mountain cliffs. You don't know what's lying ahead of you. There's no alleyways, there's no right or left. You got to go through about 1 kilometer between two mountain sides. It's like caving you in, very, very narrow. And you can't even see, you can hardly see the sky above you. But it's for about 2 kilometers. As you're walking there with your donkey or your camel, and you're walking slowly, after about 2 kilometers, suddenly in front of you, you see this magnificent architectural structure, and you just want to pause, because that thing is not a conventional building made up of bricks and mortar and plaster. This is carved into the mountain with such exquisite detail. Absolutely magnificent. And since the 1800s, scientists, archaeologists, biogeologists, they've been absolutely amazed about this place, and efforts have been made to preserve it. But what was interesting is that people were very curious. How did the civilization survive? There's no water in the desert. But to cut a long story short, but please watch the documentary, they managed to get water from the Wadi of Musa alayhi salam, which is about 10 kilometers away. The water source, when Musa alayhi salam in the Quran, he hits the rock, and they were wandering for 40 years in the desert. And that spot where Musa alayhi salam hit the rock, that's still available there in Jordan, but it's 10 kilometers away from this place, Petra. But after great archaeological diggings, they found that there's an underwater piping system made up of ceramic pipes going a distance of 10 kilometers, and they've measured it so accurately that scientists only found out through extensive laboratory testing that the inclination must be exactly 4 degrees. If it is more than that, if it is 6 degrees, those pipes are going to clog up. If it is less than that, there's going to be a problem. So it must be exactly 4 degrees. And when they measured it, they were astounded. It was exactly a 4-degree elevation. And it was such an amazing, so now they found a water source. So when you look at the city of Petra, there was so much waterfalls, fountains, hot water baths, and the way one of the archaeologists described it, and she said this was a modern day Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas is also in the Nevada desert, And the city of Petra is also in the Nevada desert. But the people were so intelligent because of the wealth that they had through the frankincense and the incense routes. They were the multi-billion, basically in simple terms, they were like today's petrodollar sheikhs of Arabia. They were so wealthy. Within a short time, they became so fabulously wealthy. All the nations of the world came to them. There was great trade, and it was as if you were entering Las Vegas. There was water everywhere, swimming pools everywhere, fountains. There was no shortage of water, and people were absolutely amazed because this is the middle of the desert. They were more superior, more powerful than the first world countries. They were like America in military strength. They had the Las Vegas of the world. But the big mistake they did, they were worshipping the sun. They forgot La ilaha illallah. Because of their money, they basically, in modern terms, they were involved in casinos, wine, women, dance, gambling, night clubbing. They were so addicted to the pleasures of the world, the carnal pleasures of the flesh, that they forgot about God, and because of that, God destroyed them. God did send them a warner, but they ignored the warner. Do they not travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before them, though they were superior to them in strength? Nor is Allah to be frustrated by anything whatsoever in the heavens or on earth, for He is all-knowing, all-powerful. If God were to punish people according to what they deserve, He would not leave on the back of the earth a single living creature that tells us everyone is a sinner except the prophets and the Anbiya. Every other human being, if you are taken to account today, if God stops the world today and He says, let's see what you have done, everybody will be full of sins. Sins that we have done deliberately and sins we have done in ignorance. Sins of commission and sins of omission. Everybody will be destroyed. This is what Allah is telling us, and that's a guarantee because everybody is a sinner. That is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam keeps reminding us, make astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah all the time. We don't know what sins we are committing in our ignorance, right? If Allah were to punish people, if He was to punish mankind according to what they deserve, He would not leave on the back of the earth a single living creature. But He gives them respite for a stated term. When their term expires, verily, Allah has in His sight all His servants. That means Allah knows that you are an atheist, you're a Christian, you're a Scientologist, you're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist, you are rejecting God, you are embracing God, you are praying, you are not praying, you are an evil person, you're a good person, you're a criminal, you're a good person, you are running a business, no, you are stealing from other people's businesses. God knows everything. You cannot hide it from God. If you are having that secret meeting, God knows about it. He's there with you. God is with you in Parliament. He knows exactly what you promised the people, and if you are not delivering on your promises, that is how you become a sinner. You see, that is how you become a sinner, because you are enriching yourself, so you're a sinner. And if you are committing crimes, whether you're a criminal in the street, whether you're a small chochi, God knows about it. If you're a bigger chochi, God knows about it. If you're a chochi in government or in Congress or as a senator, God knows about it. Your honorable title is not going to help you in front of God. If you are a criminal, you don't deserve the title honorable member because you're a criminal. You're a chochi and God knows about it. And at the day of judgment, He will bring you to shame and humiliation because you deceived the people by enriching yourself, and thereby the people are suffering. Because God does not like to see people suffering. The good people of the world need to stand up. Evil prevails when good people say nothing, whereas the law of the universe is based on justice. Don't say, no, we are only just with people we know. No, you must be justice with anyone who is suffering. That is why Islam keeps on telling us, earn as much money as you can, but do it in an honest way and then share your wealth with those who don't have. Share it with the poor, the orphans, the needy, those in difficulty, those who do not have money, those whatever difficulty people are going through. You need to help the people. This is part of social justice, and you need to do it with kindness and love, and never remind the people you are helping them, and you need to do it with good manners, because Islam explains two fundamental things: social justice and good manners. You cannot be a good Muslim without good manners and without having social justice. And all of us are sinners. So we need to say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah 100 times a day, and make a lot of darood. Make a lot of darood and make a lot of zikr of Allah. The best thing in the world, the zikr of Allah, is the best thing in the whole world without doubt. And Allah tells us, "Fadhkuruni adhkurkum." You remember me, I remember you. So the lesson for us as South Africans: never remove God from the equation of your life. And if we want to develop our land into peace and prosperity, and if we want to be a first world nation, asseblief mense, bring God back into your life. Rule number one. Rule number two, we must be masters at knowledge and education and technology. That means we must become voracious readers. Read everything. And we must find the cure for cancer and then give it away for free to the whole world. Asseblief mense. Stay well, look after yourself. We as South Africans are good people, so please do not delay. I'm saying this out of love and compassion and kindness. Get a copy of the Quran today. Don't delay. It is your book. It is for all of mankind. But we in South Africa, we are the first. We get it first. We give it to the African continent, and we invite the whole of mankind. Russians, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Swedish countries, the Nordic lands, whole of Europe, America, Canada, Britain, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Iceland, Greenland, Australia, New Zealand, almal. Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Turkey, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, Spain, Portugal, Italy, France, Germany, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, almal asseblief. Get your copy of the Quran today. Do not delay. May all that is good for you and your family come to you in great abundance, goodness, barakah, and afiyah. Alhamdulillah.